In this lecture, we are going to make this model. So you can see the model in the right side and you can see all the dimension. For this model, here you can see there is a cross-section view. So in this cross-section view, all the dimensions are highlighting. This is the top view, this is cross-section front view, and this is the side view. So now we are going to create this model. First of all, if you take a look at this model, here we have a base part. Onto this base part there is some circular cross section. And if you go through this dimension of this cross section, you will see that this is a variable cross section. So whenever we have a variable cross section, we are going to use this swept blend. So now I'm going to start here. So first of all, make this base profile. So you can see this dimension is 250 and there is a hole of 25 at a distance of 100. So you can first try to make this model by yourself and then continue watching the lecture. So the thickness of this base part here is 25. So in this creo, I'm going to start a new project. Uncheck on this, give it any name, click OK. Now go to the dimension NS part solid, select this and click OK. So I will go to extrude and then select this top plane as the first reference. Here I will draw a circle, go to circle and draw a circle. So this dimension we know is 250. Press enter and click OK. Now here I'm going to give it the thickness value, that is 25. The direction is upward and click OK. After that we need to create the hole. So if these are bolt hole or threaded hole, we need to create it using the hole command, or if it is just a simple hole for the reference, we need to use the extrude command. So right now we are going to use the hole command. Click on hole and click on this top surface. Now for this hole we need to specify the references. First reference will be pick up this arrow and select this plane. Second reference will be selecting this plane. Okay, now for the second dimension, that is this dimension, this value is 0, and for the first dimension this is 100. So if you take a look at from the front view, okay, like from here, the hole is placed here. Dimension of this hole is 25. So okay, go to hole. So the hole is present at a distance of 25 from this plane, and this is our front plane. I will click OK and now you can see the hole has been created. Now I need to create multiple holes. If you go to the drawing, you can see there are 6 holes. So I will go to creo, I will go to hole and click on pattern. We need to create multiple features. For this we need to use the pattern. In case of circular, we always have to use the axis pattern. Now in this axis pattern we need to define the rotation of axis. So rotation of axis will be this axis. Click on this and the number of instance or the number of pattern is 6 and the angle between each pattern is 60 degree. Insert value 60 degree and click OK. So now you can see the base part has been completed. Now let's go to the dimensions. If you take a look at this solid part, circular part, so you can create this circular part by using multiple commands. So you can try to make this part by using different commands and see what is the difference and which is the faster method. I'm going to use the swept blend because there is a variable sweepting. So you can see the thickness of this part is 6 mm and here you can see the dimension. This length is 200 and this is at an offset distance of 200. Okay. Now first of all we need to create this curve. So I will go to sketch and then I will select this plane, that is front plane. Click on this sketch view. From this front plane I will turn off all the plane display. Here I will need some references. So let's say I will take reference of vertical line like this. Now I will go to rectangle, draw a center rectangle. So I will draw a center rectangle like this. For this rectangle, this dimension is 200 and this second dimension is also 200. Now distance from the bottom up to this value is 200. After that we need to make the circular feature. For the circular feature I am going to use the arc command, or we can use the circle. So let's say I will use arc, 3-point arc, or you can use the center and ends. So this center is the first center of the arc. This is the first point and I rotate this. This is the last point. So you can also create it using circles or anything. I don't need this line, so I am going to delete segment. So whenever there is a circular feature, make sure there is a tangency between lines. So here you can see it is highlighting tangent constraint. But on this side it is not going to show any constraint and there are some extra lines. So what I can do is go to tangent constraint, select this line and this line. Now it is showing that it is over constraint. So let's see which constraint we don't need. So it is showing that it is already constrained. So delete one constraint, I think. Okay, it is still showing this blue color. Okay, you can see there are two lines. So we need to trim this extra part. So I will go to delete segment, trim this. Now you can see extra part is trimmed. Now you can apply the tangent constraint. So select this and this line. So we don't need this horizontal, which is highlighting horizontal. Okay, this is constraint. Okay, these are already constrained, so click close. Similarly, we don't need this line, so click on delete segment, delete this line, click OK. Now you can see the sketch is completed. After that we need to create the swept blend. So we are going to continue this in the next lecture.